Chapter 2, Activism. The study of Nelson Mandela encompasses various aspects of his life, from his early years to his political activism, imprisonment, and presidency. Here's an outline of key areas that scholars and researchers might explore when studying Mandela. Investigating Mandela's childhood, family background, and cultural influences. Analyzing his early education and the impact of limited educational opportunities for Black South Africans. Examining the historical context of apartheid and its effects on Mandela's political consciousness. Understanding Mandela's early involvement in activism, including his participation in the Defiance Campaign. Tracing Mandela's role within the ANC, including his leadership in the Youth League and the Defiance Campaign. Analyzing his shift toward armed resistance, leading to the formation of Umkhonto we Sizwe (MK). Investigating the events leading to Mandela's arrest, trial, and imprisonment during the Rivonia trial. Analyzing Mandela's time in prison, including his writings, letters, and impact on the anti-apartheid movement. Exploring the global significance of Mandela's imprisonment and its impact on international anti-apartheid activism. Studying the role of international figures, organizations, and governments in supporting Mandela and the broader struggle against apartheid. Examining Mandela's role in negotiations with the apartheid government and the transition to a multiracial democracy. Analyzing the compromises made during negotiations and Mandela's commitment to reconciliation. Investigating Mandela's presidency 1994 to 1999 and his efforts to address issues such as reconciliation, nation-building, and socio-economic challenges. Assessing the successes and challenges of Mandela's leadership during the post-apartheid era. Examining Mandela's enduring legacy both in South Africa and globally. Analyzing the impact of Mandela's leadership on issues such as human rights, social justice, and international diplomacy. Exploring Mandela's personal attributes, leadership style, and the principles that guided his decision-making. Assessing the significance of Mandela's approach to forgiveness, reconciliation, and nation-building. Placing Mandela's life and activism within the broader context of South African history, including the struggle against colonialism and apartheid. The study of Nelson Mandela is multidisciplinary, involving history, political science, sociology, cultural studies, and more. Researchers often draw on a variety of primary and secondary sources, including Mandela's own writings, speeches, and archival materials to gain a comprehensive understanding of his life and impact. The African National Congress, ANC, played a pivotal role in the anti-apartheid struggle in South Africa. Here's an overview of the ANC's history and its involvement in anti-apartheid activism. The ANC was founded on January 8, 1912 in Bloemfontein, South Africa. It emerged in response to the discriminatory policies and racial segregation imposed by the colonial government. Initially, the ANC's goals were centered around addressing the rights and grievances of Black South Africans. It aimed to unite various ethnic and linguistic groups to collectively resist oppression. The ANC launched the Defiance Campaign in 1952, a nonviolent protest against apartheid laws. Nelson Mandela played a crucial role in organizing this campaign, encouraging acts of civil disobedience. The ANC, along with other anti-apartheid groups, adopted the Freedom Charter in 1955. This document outlined a vision for a democratic, non-racial South Africa with equal rights for all citizens. The Sharpeville massacre in 1960, where police opened fire on peaceful protesters, resulted in the ANC being banned by the apartheid government. This led to the organization shifting its strategy, including the formation of the armed wing, Umkhonto we Sizwe (MK) in 1961. Led by Nelson Mandela, MK was established to conduct acts of sabotage against government installations and symbols of apartheid. The decision to resort to armed struggle marked a significant shift in ANC tactics. Mandela and other ANC leaders were arrested in 1962, leading to the famous Rivonia trial 1963 to 1964. Mandela and his co-accused were sentenced to life imprisonment for their involvement in planning acts of sabotage. The ANC garnered international support during Mandela's imprisonment, turning him into a global symbol of resistance. The anti-apartheid movement gained momentum globally with calls for economic sanctions against South Africa. In 1990, President F.W. de Klerk unbanned the ANC and Nelson Mandela was released from prison. This marked the beginning of negotiations between the ANC and the apartheid government, leading to the end of apartheid. The ANC participated in South Africa's first multiracial democratic elections in 1994. Nelson Mandela became the country's first black president, symbolizing the end of apartheid. The ANC transitioned from an anti-apartheid liberation movement to a political party. It has dominated South African politics since the end of apartheid, with a focus on addressing socio-economic challenges, inequality, and nation-building.